What is going on, everybody? David Hanson here, and welcome to David Hanson's MMA show. We are here for UFC 260. It is here, the heavyweight championship of the world, and we are going to get it done tonight. Like I said, my name is David Hanson, and we are going to get into it in just a few moments. How's everybody's night going? We are here tonight, March 27th, a nice Saturday night for fights. How's everybody's night going? All right. We are about to get set with the very first fight of the night. We have Khama Worthy taking on Jaime Mullarkey in a 3-round fight to kick off the main card of UFC 260. We've got 5 fights coming to you guys. Coming here tonight, we got Jaime Mullarkey taking on Khama Worthy in a lightweight bout. We also have, in a women's flyweight bout, Gillian the Savage Robertson will be taking on Miranda the Maverick. And then we have, returning off of his first pro loss, we have the Sugar Show, Sean O'Malley, will be taking on Thomas Almeida. And then in the co-main event, we have former welterweight champion Tyron Woodley taking on the number 10 ranked Vicente Luque. And then in the main event, to end things off tonight, we will have Stipe Miocic putting his heavyweight title on the line against the scariest power puncher the UFC heavyweight division has ever seen, Francis the Predator Ngannou. We are going to get started in the lightweight division. Lightweight division. Jaime Mullarkey is 12-4, while Khama Worthy is 16-7. A couple veterans of the game, and we are going to see what they have in store for us tonight. Real quick, if you guys want to go ahead and like and subscribe the video, we've got a lot more content coming to you guys here in the very near future. Coming up next week, we have UFC Fight Night, Till versus Vettori, which is going to be a very impactful fight in the middleweight division. Currently, we have Khama Worthy making his way to the inspection zone. How's everybody's night going? Khama Worthy has won 7 of his last 8 fights, 9 wins by knockout. And we are about to get going here. Coming up on April 17th, we have another pivotal fight in the middleweight division. Robert Whitaker, former champion, will be taking on Kelvin Gastelum. Very funny. You are not my father. Very far from it. All right, Khama Worthy has entered the octagon. And we are about to get started. How's everybody's night going? We got Jaime Mullarkey making his way to the octagon out of Australia. And he looks ready to go as he makes his way to the inspection zone. Looks like green shorts are going to be Jaime Mullarkey. Here, shortly, we're going to get to the tail of the tape. We have a pretty significant age advantage. Well, Jaime Mullarkey coming in at 26, while Khama Worthy coming in at 34 years old. Jaime Mullarkey with a 3-inch height advantage. Both fighters coming in at the weight limit, while they both have an identical reach. Jaime Mullarkey. Well, we're about to find out. Abid Samurai says that he is full of malarkey, and we are about to find out, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to find out if Jaime Mullarkey is full of malarkey. Looks like Mullarkey coming off of a neck surgery. And so we are going to see what happens. All right, we are live. We are about to get going. Bruce Buffer is making the introductions. One moment. My apologies. All right. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, with 16 wins and 7 losses, 5'7" tall, weighing in at 155 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, will be Khama, the Death Star Worthy. Jaime Mullarkey out of the red corner, freestyle fighter, 12 wins and 4 losses, 6 foot tall at 155 1/2 pounds. I agree. I don't want to see no eye pokes. Eye pokes have been a big thing in the recent fights. We got the great referee Chris Tione will be taking care of this main card kickoff fight. And we're about to get started, ladies and gentlemen. 3 rounds in the lightweight division, and here we go. They touch of the gloves, and they meet in the center of the octagon. Very patient as they come to meet in the center of the octagon. A nice jab just missing for Mullarkey. A nice right hand and lands for Mullarkey. Nice leg kick for Mullarkey. Just backing up Worthy. A nice 1-2 down the pipe for Worthy, and a nice jab. Nice jab for Worthy coming through. Nice counter jab. A leg kick for Mullarkey and misses. Nice leg kick for Worthy. Looks like he kind of checked that one. Oh, and he's heard a nice left hook and it's over. Jaime Mullarkey is not full of malarkey, and he just knocked out Khama Worthy. What a beautiful left hook from Jaime Mullarkey. set Khama Worthy down on his face, and then he took his back and just started with the ground and pound over the back. And the referee had no choice but to intervene and stop the fight. Great stoppage by the referee there. We're going to go to the replay here. A nice counter left hook right on the button, backed up Mullarkey and had him falling flat on his face. And he came up and he took care of business. 8-Bit Samurai says, was that the main fight? No, that was not the main fight. That was the first of 5 fights in this division. I'm sorry, not in the division, on this main card. That was the first of 5 fights. We have 4 more fights. And if this is anything like what is going to start the night off, then we have got a interesting night ahead of us. I apologize for my lack of excuse me. I was listening to what happened. Khama Worthy's standing up next to the referee, and he just asked his opponent what happened. So he is clearly concussed. Khama Worthy has no idea what's going on. When they said 46 seconds in the very first round, he threw his hands up, said, like, what is going on here? Jaime Mullarkey just clearly took care of business in the lightweight division. Now, I don't believe Jaime Mullarkey was ranked. Let me pull up the UFC rankings here. But with a win like that, who knows? Maybe we'll see him bust in the top 15. But with the lightweight division the way it is, the top 15 is a doghouse. I apologize for my lack of properness where it comes to my stream. I got too carried away with getting to the fights. I don't have any of my fancy stuff up in my stream. I apologize for that. So currently the UFC rankings, it looks like Gregor Gillespie is, my goodness, the UFC website was not cooperating with me. That was great. What an amazing left hook for Jaime Mullarkey. And he is on his way to the interview zone to talk to the great Joe Rogan. And we're going to see what he has to say. Maybe he has a call out. Maybe he's going to see what he has. Maybe he has an opponent in mind for his next fight. But what a finish for Jaime Mullarkey. And now he's speaking to Joe Rogan. Jaime Mullarkey saying that he said Khama Worthy was a game opponent and brought the best out of him tonight. And so what a perfectly placed left hand that dropped him. He said that was a shout out to Ross Pearson back home. What a great stoppage for Jaime Mullarkey. In the next fight, we have a very interesting fight in the women's flyweight division. number 15 ranked Gillian Robertson is going to be taking on the newcomer, Miranda Maverick. All right. So in this next fight, a pivotal fight in the women's flyweight division, we have Gillian Robertson taking on Miranda Maverick. Gillian Robertson is ranked number 15 in the flyweight division, and she has a ton of experience in mixed martial arts with an amateur record of 9-1, coming in with right now only with a record of 9-5 in her pro MMA record. And so she has a ton of experience. And currently she's coming off of a loss to Taila Santos back in December of 2020. But before that, she was on a 2-fight win streak with the likes of Polyana Botelho and Courtney Casey. And so we are looking to see if she's going to bounce back off of her loss back in December in a big way against Miranda Maverick. But Miranda Maverick is nobody to be messed with. She is very dangerous. And in her last fight, she was throwing some nasty elbows. And she is aggressive right out of the gate. She does not, there's no feel out process for this girl. She is 10-2. And she just, as soon as she goes, she goes. And we are going to get started in the women's flyweight division. Miranda Maverick, I believe this is only her second fight in the UFC, but that does not mean anything. We have seen with the likes of Michael Chandler that just because you come up from a different promotion does not mean that you are not good. So currently she's coming off of a TKO at the end of the first round by Dr. Stoppage back at UFC 254, Nurmagomedov versus Gaethje. And it is, I have a feeling that this is not going to be a 3-round fight. It's scheduled for 3 rounds, but these girls, they like to go. Gillian Robertson being the veteran here, can she hold off the initial onslaught from Miranda Maverick, or is Miranda Maverick gonna take over and put a stamp in the flyweight division? Now, if Miranda Maverick can come up successful here, she's gonna put her place in the stacked women's flyweight division. Now, with the being number 15 doesn't mean anything in the flyweight division. She's still a long way from fighting the champion Valentina Shevchenko. But that does not mean anything. It goes to show you that it doesn't matter the matchup with how should I say this? With good matchups, I guess I should just say, with good matchups, somebody can make their way from 15 to fighting for a belt extremely quick. And so, who knows? Anything is possible in any of these divisions. This year has been great for the UFC, and so I am curious and excited to see what the rest of this year has left. Just the fights that we have scheduled, the rest, just all going out through the rest of May, are completely insane. Completely insane. the UFC has really taken a hold of this pandemic and really made a name for themselves in putting on a bunch of great fights. Like this is really good. Miranda Maverick making her way to the inspection zone. And we are going to see if she can put her stamp into the top 15 of the UFC flyweight division. With a dominant performance, I could only imagine her potential in this flyweight division. With the champion Valentina Shevchenko being so dominant and so tough, it's really hard to think of anybody that could really compete with the champion. But Miranda Maverick, right now, she's on a 6-fight win streak, 6 wins by submission in her MMA career, and she is the Invicta F Fighting Championship Phoenix Series 2 flyweight champion. And so she has seen gold in her career so far, but she has not seen the ultimate prize of UFC gold. And with a dominant win here, we'll put her into the division, into the rankings of the division, and then off to the races for her. But Miranda Maverick, she's very, very strong girl, very dominant. Gillian Robertson, she's good, but I have a feeling that I could see Miranda Maverick just blowing the doors and just having her way with Gillian Robertson. But that's something to be said about Gillian Robertson. She's a tough girl. Gillian Robertson making her way to the inspection zone, repping the patented Gillian Robertson bright red hair. Eight-Bit Samurai asked, the most feared women in the UFC right now. That would be Amanda Nunes, hands down. So Amanda Nunes, she is the current women's bantamweight and featherweight champion. And the only person that has even come close to keeping up with the champion, with Amanda Nunes, the most feared woman in the UFC, is Valentina Shevchenko, the current flyweight champion. But other than that, Amanda Nunes is the most feared woman. Amanda Nunes is the most feared woman in all of combat sports. There is not a woman out there that could compete in a combat sports with Amanda Nunes. Now, there's talk of Clarissa Shields being a multiple division world champion in boxing, competing with Amanda Nunes. But, the talk of boxing, they used to say boxing, you know what? 8-Bit Samurai, I'll get back to this in a minute. We are about to start this flyweight bout. 2 years, the elder of Gillian Robertson, 2 inches and inch and a half in height advantage, and Miranda Maverick has 1.5 inches of reach advantage. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, with a professional record of 10 wins, 2 losses. 5'3.5", 126 pounds. Miranda, fear the Maverick. And fighting out of the red corner, in the red shorts, in the red get up with the bright red hair. 9'5", 5'5", and 125.5 pounds. The Savage, Gillian Robertson. This is going to be a great fight, guys. This is going to be a great fight. We are going to see if Miranda Maverick can stamp her name into the top 15 of the flyweight division, Or is Gillian Robertson going to keep her place in the rankings? We are about to see. The doors are closed, and the referee, let's get it on. Round 1 start. They meet in the octagon and a touch of the gloves. And a kick misses for Robertson. Oh, and a nice 1-2 for Miranda Maverick. And Miranda Maverick, she looks fast and strong in the octagon, but she needs to be careful because Gillian Robertson is very skilled. Oh, and a nice jab for Maverick down the pipe. Oh, nice kick for Robertson, and a kick followed up by Maverick and just barely knocks Robertson off of her, just off balance just a little bit. Oh, and a nice jab for Miranda Maverick, but Robertson follows up with a nice 1-2. Miranda Maverick trying to hold the center of the octagon, and a nice left hook, but barely blocked. Ooh, and a nice left hook that makes it through for Miranda Maverick. And now Robertson has Miranda Maverick backing up toward this back of the cage. Nice kick for Robertson that just barely misses. They're being very patient. Oh, nice left hook gets through for Maverick. And Maverick's touching her. Oh, man, nice flurry for Maverick that comes in, touches the body, and a nice 1-2 for the nice 1-2 on the chin. Miranda Maverick doing very well, pressing, having these short bursts of these short outbursts where she has Gillian Robertson backing up. Nice teep kick for Robertson, followed up by a counter jab down the middle for Maverick. Ooh, nice jab for Maverick. Man, these ladies are they're being very patient. I think Robertson respects Maverick's power. Because Robertson already has a little goose egg underneath her eye. And that hook just barely missed for Maverick. And Robertson with a nice jab down the center. Miranda Maverick with a lot of feints coming down. And a left kick to the body that just barely misses for Miranda Maverick. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in this first round. Ooh, nice 1-2 to the body, and then a jab down the center for Miranda Maverick, and a nice kick to the body for Miranda Maverick, and a 1-2 down the center. She's got very good setups and combinations with her kicks and punches together. Ooh, nice right hand going through for Robertson as they trade kicks. Miranda Maverick just kind of pressing Robertson back, just controlling the center of the octagon. And Gillian Robertson goes for a teep kick, and Miranda Maverick catches it and takes Robertson down to the floor. And Miranda Maverick has Gillian Robertson right now. She's got her in half guard. And Miranda Maverick is with heavy, heavy pressure on the head and arm choke right now. And Miranda Maverick has Gillian Robertson pressed up against the fence. And she's got a nice underhook. And Robertson is able to get back up to her feet. Miranda Maverick lands a nice knee, and they break, and they meet back into the center of the octagon. And Miranda Maverick is just on fire right now. Ooh, nice flurry for Maverick, and Robertson scoots to the side to get away. Oh, and that 1-2 is nasty if that thing lands. Miranda Maverick has a 1-2 and has Robertson fading off to one side, and she's just barely missed with a kick. Kind of very Cowboy Cerrone-like, where they kind of has a 1-2 and then follows up with a kick. 33 seconds left in this first round, and Miranda Maverick is just heavy, heavy pressure. Ooh, and then a nice takedown, heavy takedown for Miranda Maverick. She just blasts her right into this cage and takes her to the ground. And now she's got her in half guard, and she's trying to pass over to side control. and they're just hand fighting right now. And Miranda Maverick is just little short rabbit punches in the clinch. And now she's got her in stat guard right now with only a few seconds, and that up kick almost missed. But Miranda Maverick, round number 1 is over, and Miranda Maverick is just bullying Gillian Robertson so far in the first round. I would have to say, well, obviously, I would give that round to Miranda Maverick. The corner of Robertson telling her that she's backing up too much and that she needs to get to work. And, I'm going to have to agree with her. She needs to be first. She needs to implement her game because right now Miranda Maverick is just bullying her. She's just straight bullying her. All right. We are about to get started for round 2 of this flyweight bout. Second round. A touch of the gloves in the center of the octagon, and they are started for round number 2. Nice 1-2 from Miranda Maverick. And she's got the pressure just on. That switch for the pressure is turned on. She is like a pressure cooker right now. She is fast as lightning, and she is currently bullying. Nice leg kick for Robertson that gets through. And a counter jab from Maverick. And Maverick is looking for that left kick. And it looks like Robertson is aware of it. Ooh, nice right hook followed by a strong left hand down the middle for Maverick. Nice jab for Maverick. Ooh, Superman punch for Maverick that gets through, but Robertson grabs her and takes her back and drags Miranda Maverick down to the ground. Robertson needs to get control right now because right now she's currently in like a weird side control position, but she needs to pass over to either get into half guard or potentially try to mount. She's in a good position where she could swing the leg over and mount pretty easy, but Miranda Maverick she's got her neck pressed up against the fence. Oh, and now Robertson has just passed over into side control, but Miranda Maverick needs to let go right now. She's got to let go on the guillotine. And she lets go of the guillotine. And right now they're fighting 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second round. And there's a lot of time to work for Robertson. And currently, Robertson has got Miranda Maverick just heavy pressure on the ground. Has got right now is currently trying to transition over to a mount, but Miranda Maverick is good to it. And now she tries to flip over and transition to get out. And now Gillian Robertson gets her back, and now she's got hooks in, but she's in a very bad position. She's trying for a rear naked choke, but she's not going to get it. And she switches out and scrambles out, but Gillian Robertson was keen to it and was able to get back on her back. And now she's trying for another rear naked choke, maybe a neck crank, but Miranda Maverick was able to get the underhooks and get out of it. Right now, Maverick's corner is screaming to make space. But Robertson right now is currently dominating her on the ground. And it looks like she's going for a Kimura, but she needs to be very careful. Right now she's kind of looks like she's got her back half mounted. But she's got her hook on the opposite side around the back. Ooh, and a nice heavy elbow for Maverick. But Robertson was able to drag her back down to the floor with 1:40 to work, and she's got her back. But Miranda Maverick is in an interesting position because she has her back taken by Robertson, and she's able to lay Maverick down on the floor. But right now she's in north-south position. but she's got her legs tied up with her arms, and there's really nowhere to go. Maybe she's looking for an armbar. She could flip over for an armbar right now, but Miranda Maverick twists to get out, but Robertson is just heavy on the back. She's heavy on the back pressure, and now she's got her back mounted. 1 minute left in the second round, and Maverick is right now looking to try to walk up. Miranda Maverick is up taller than her, and she's just rabbit punching over the side like this to her. But Gillian Robertson has her back, and they're right in the corner of the octagon. Oh, and then, no, she slid down, and then Miranda Maverick slid right into a rear naked choke, but I don't know if she got it. She was able to tuck her chin just in enough time, and she was able to break the hold. And she transitions out, and now they're standing back up with 30 seconds left in the second round. Miranda Maverick needs to get to work because she lost this round for sure. And now Miranda Maverick back with the heavy pressure. My goodness. And a knee up the middle for Miranda Maverick. My goodness, Miranda Maverick is just lighting her up on the feet now. Got her pressed back up because she is not happy for what Gillian Robertson just did to her on the ground. And now she's got a clinch position up against the fence with 5 seconds left to work. And the round is going to end. What a round for these ladies. Now, Gillian Robertson definitely won that round. So now it's 1 round apiece. We have got a 1 round apiece, in my opinion. And so Miranda Maverick, if she wants to win this fight, or if Jill, both of these ladies need to go for broke, and they need to win this round, if not get a finish, to put on these judges' mind. Gillian Robertson could potentially need a finish. Or sorry, excuse me, she does not need a finish, but Gillian Robertson 100% needs to win this round if she wants to win this fight. If she does not win this round, I highly suspect that any judge would have given her the first round. So she needs to either win this round or win by finish to win this fight. Miranda Maverick is in the same position. She needs a finish or she needs to win this round. But a finish would be preferred. And round 3, here we go. They meet back in the center of the octagon, and Miranda Maverick with a nice high kick, with a nice jab down the middle. And Maverick is just backing Savage up with and she had a nice left hand that snapped her Robertson's head back. And Miranda Maverick looks fresh. Oh my goodness, and she just hit Robertson with a 3-punch combo. Well, I got that Jorge Masvidal right there. She gave her a 3-piece, and Robertson shoots in for a takedown. It looks like a desperate takedown. She's got a single leg takedown right now, and it looks like she's almost going to get it, but Maverick better not grab that fence again. She's already got a warning from the ref for the fence grab, but Miranda Maverick was able to be keen to that takedown, and they're able to break, and Gillian Robertson is desperate, and she goes to shoot for another takedown, and Maverick sprawls, and she's able to take the back of Robertson, and now she's got the back of Robertson. Gillian Robertson made a big mistake there, and Miranda Maverick now has the back of Gillian Robertson, and it looks like she's looking for a rear naked choke, and she is currently almost has it. Gillian Robertson needs to be very careful because she has both hooks in. Oh man, and Miranda Maverick was able to just transition into mount. Gillian Robertson tried to spin out of the back position, but she wasn't quick enough, and Miranda Maverick was able to transition directly into mount. And now Miranda Maverick has her side mounted, and she is raining down blows. And she's got 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in this third round, and she has Gillian Robertson, tied up right now. But Miranda Maverick definitely with the dominant position right now, and Gillian Robertson is just currently holding on to the legs, not trying to make space for Miranda Maverick to work. And Miranda Maverick was able to break the position of the leg hold that Robertson was able to have, and now she's just raining down nasty knees to the body on the ground. and she's able to transition, and now she ends up in the guard of Robertson, and she's throwing down heavy elbows. And Robertson is looking for an armbar, and she needs to watch out because right now she's got her legs wrapped across, and she's almost has that armbar locked in. If she gets the arm straightened out of Miranda Maverick, she will get that arm locked in. But she was able to adjust it. And Miranda Maverick was able to adjust out, but she needs to adjust her hips to get out, and she was able to release the position. And right now she's got Robertson reverse mounted, and she's going to rain down some hammer fists with 1:45 left. And it looks like maybe she's trying for a calf slicer. Nope, and she transitions over. Nice scramble for Robertson, and they're able, and now Robertson has the back of Maverick with one hook in. My goodness, and she's trying in for that other hook, but she needs to be careful. And Miranda Maverick was keen to getting that other hook, and she was able to throw Robertson off of her back. And now she stands back up, and now Maverick is stuffing her, and now she was able to transition back into half guard. What a fight in this flyweight division. And they're back up to their feet. 50 seconds left in this first round, and Robertson is getting beat up. Maverick looks fresh, and Maverick goes in for a takedown and has Robertson pressed up against the fence. And she throws her to the floor. But Robertson kind of has a guillotine in, but Miranda Maverick has her body elevated up way over. Robertson has no leverage on this guillotine. 25 seconds left of this third and final round. And she breaks the position, and she's giving a little bit of space and trying to decide if she's going to let Robertson up. But Robertson goes to get up, and Miranda Maverick sprawls down and ends up back on top. And we are at the end of the fight. What a great fight by these ladies. And we will see what happens with the judges. In my opinion, Miranda Maverick currently right now, she has won this fight, in my opinion, 29-28. What a great fight by these ladies. And we are about to see who gets the decision in this flyweight fight. And an early night of fights that we had on the preliminary card. We had Alonzo Menafield submitting Fabio Cherant in the first round by Von Flue choke. Also in a welterweight clash, we had Abubakar Nurmagomedov defeating Jared Gordon by decision. And we are here with the decision. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28. Wow. Miranda Maverick winning 29-28, 30-27, and 30-27. Miranda Maverick just stamped her way into the top 15 of the flyweight division with a big win over Gillian Robertson. I don't agree with the judges. I had it 29-28 for Maverick. Robertson definitely won round 2. I don't know what those judges were, what fight those judges were watching. But nonetheless, Miranda Maverick won. Gillian Robertson looks surprised by herself with the 30-27. And with the fight statistics coming up, Miranda Maverick landing 45 significant strikes to Gillian Robertson's 24, 3 takedowns to Gillian Robertson's 2, and 4 minutes and 15 seconds of ground control time to Robertson's 3 minutes and 22 seconds. And Robertson with 1 submission attempt, but it was not even close. But what a fight. She's talking to Joe Rogan right now. Miranda Maverick in the winner's corner talking to Joe Rogan. And she's saying that she wants to see herself fighting in the top 15. Joe Rogan saying that she's one of the most exciting prospects in the flyweight division. She wants a ranked opponent next. Another ranked opponent, since Robertson was ranked number 15. All right, guys, we are about to get started with the last 3 fights of this card. The Sugar Show versus Thomas Almeida. We are about to see if the Sugar Show is back. Thomas Almeida, 22-4, tied for the 4th most knockdowns. Tied for 4th with the most knockdowns in UFC bantamweight history with 4. But is it going to be enough to take on the onslaught of the Sugar Show? 12-1, with his 1 coming in his last outing against Chito Vera. And earlier today, Khabib Nurmagomedov was awarded with a UFC ESPN with a UFC EA Games 5-star ranking in UFC 4. And he got a 5-star UFC medallion. Man, in the last 2 days, we got 2 5-star fighters. Daniel Cormier making the 5-star club. Khabib Nurmagomedov also making the 5-star club. And this next fight is super exciting. We have Sean O'Malley taking on Thomas Almeida. Now, the 12-1 on Sean O'Malley's record, don't get that fooled with him having a lack of experience, because Sean O'Malley is one of the most technical strikers that I've ever seen in the octagon. He's very crisp with his very crisp with his striking. He's very herky-jerky, very kind of awkward with his striking. And it really trips people up, and he has been able to just knock people's lights out. Eddie Wineland, he was able to knock out Eddie Wineland. He was able to knock out Andre Sokomta. And both of these knockouts were just walk-off knockouts. He got he had a crazy TKO against Jose Quinones, and then followed it up with a walk-off KO against Eddie Wineland. And then, unfortunately, he was able to unfortunately, he suffered his first pro loss in his last fight against Chito Vera. But O'Malley claims that was a fluke because he was kicked in the peroneal nerve that caused drop foot. But this is the fight game. Yes, there is flukes, but we're about to see. If Sean O'Malley comes out here with a big performance, then we can see if the Sugar Show is back. 1 second, let me close my back door. All right. Excuse me. All right. Thomas Almeida making his way to the inspection zone. Thomas Almeida 22-4, and he's fought the excuse me, the who's who of the bantamweight division. But is it going to be enough to take on Sean O'Malley? We will have to see. Right now, Thomas Almeida is tied for third most performance awards in the bantamweight history. He's got 17 wins by knockout, and he's got the sixth highest striking rate among active UFC bantamweights at 5.56 per minute. Thomas Almeida has 22 wins and 4 losses, 17 by knockout, 4 by submission, and 1 by decision. Thomas Almeida is a finisher. And so we are going to see if he can get the finish against Sugar Sean O'Malley. But currently, he is on a 3-fight skid. So, will that be enough? Who knows? I mean, he was on a crazy win streak. 21-0 before he suffered his first loss to Cody Garbrandt. And then he got another win over Albert Morales, and then 3 straight losses against the likes of Jimmy Rivera, Rob Font, and Jonathan Martinez. Now Sugar Sean O'Malley is making his way out to the octagon, looking like he is dialed in, like he is ready to go. Sean O'Malley, 12-1. He was on a 12-fight win streak until his win streak was snapped by Chito Vera in his last fight. Sean O'Malley rocking an interesting braid in his hair. Sean O'Malley in his interview saying that in the commission of Sugar Sean O'Malley, that his loss was dismissed over Chito Vera. Sean O'Malley has the highest strike differential in UFC bantamweight history, and he's the second highest striking accuracy in bantamweight history. And he was awarded the UFC contract on season 1, week 2 of Dana White's Contender Series. O'Malley looks ready to go, and he is entering into the octagon. Sean O'Malley is a very elusive striker. Thomas Almeida is a very great kickboxer. This should be a very interesting fight to see who comes out on top. But Sean O'Malley, being a long, lanky striker, he should be able to keep Almeida at the end of his strikes. But Sean O'Malley, being a very technical striker, his strikes are very like, they're like laser beams. All right, Thomas Almeida is 3 years older, while Sean O'Malley stands at 5'11", while Almeida is 5'7". They both came in at 136 pounds, and Sean O'Malley will bring a 2-inch reach advantage for the Sugar Show. And this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Fighting out of the blue corner, a Muay Thai kickboxer with 22 wins, 4 losses, standing 5'7" at 136 pounds, fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, Thomas Almeida. And his opponent, Sean O'Malley, Sean O'Malley needs to be careful, because what happens here if he gets kicked again? He already had a broken foot in one of his fights, and then got kicked in the nerve in his last fight. And so let's see if he has any leg issues here. Sean O'Malley needs to come in confident. He needs to come in ready to go. And we got Mark Smith as the referee, and we are about to start round 1. The Sugar Show, Sean O'Malley taking on Thomas Almeida. And let's see. Here we go. Round 1. And the touch of the gloves, and Sean O'Malley with a nice, very quickly coming out, and with a teep kick to the leg and a nice leg kick for Sean O'Malley, and a 1-2 down the pipe. Sean O'Malley very faint, nice teep kick up the middle. Sean O'Malley is a feinter. He's going to be in and out, feinting, back and forth. Nice teep kick for Sean O'Malley. Teep kick in the front of Almeida's knee. Nice jab for O'Malley. And O'Malley being in and out, trying to keep Almeida at the end of his punches. Nice jab for O'Malley. A feint. O'Malley keeps grabbing his cup like he got kicked in the cup. Nice kick for Almeida. Oh, and a heavy leg kick for O'Malley that spun Almeida around, and a teep kick up the middle to the chest of Almeida. But Sean O'Malley with a very herky-jerky, like he keeps looking away with weird feints, throwing his hands up and down like this. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in this first round. Nice kick for Sean O'Malley. Ooh, and a nice 1-2. Had O'Malley backing up for a second. But O'Malley needs to not be hesitant right now, because if he gets gun shy, then he could potentially lose this fight, because Almeida's pretty tough. Nice spinning back kick for O'Malley, and then a 1-2. Ooh, and a nice jab, and a nice hook for Almeida that had O'Malley backing up, and a nice body kick for O'Malley, and a nice jab for O'Malley that had Almeida backing up for a quick second. Leg kick for Almeida that misses. And Sean O'Malley trying to be very aware of these leg kicks, trying to get out of the way of them. And Almeida pressuring, backing Sean O'Malley up, but Sean O'Malley able to sneak away out the side. And Sean O'Malley is feinting, doing a lot of feints, but Almeida is not biting on any of them. Nice body kick for O'Malley, and a nice jab for O'Malley. Oh, man. Nice flurry for Almeida. Sean O'Malley with a tie clinch and was able to try to get a knee up, but just barely missed. Nice leg kick for O'Malley. Nice front kick for O'Malley. O'Malley with some nice feints. 2 minutes and 16 seconds left in this first round. Nice leg kick for Almeida. Oh, and a nice head kick for O'Malley. Has Almeida rocked? And he, with a left hand for O'Malley that had him set down, and he was trying for a walk-off KO, but the referee did not stop it. And Almeida was able to stand back up, and a nice overhand right for O'Malley. And it looked like Almeida is trying to clear the cobwebs. And a front kick up the middle for O'Malley, and a spinning kick, and a nice counter left hook for O'Malley. And a nice right hook for O'Malley. Oh, nice knee up the middle for O'Malley. He has Almeida backing up. But I believe O'Malley's hurt again. Nice 1-2 for O'Malley. Backed up and threw a nice hand. Nice teep kick up the middle for O'Malley. Nice counter hook for O'Malley. And nice front kick up the middle for O'Malley. But O'Malley made a huge mistake right there, not following up when he had Almeida hurt, and a spinning wheel kick for O'Malley that hooked over Almeida's shoulder. And Almeida had O'Malley down on his back for a quick second, but they were able to stand up. 50 seconds left in this first round. Side kick to the knee for O'Malley. O'Malley needs to be careful because he should have followed up on that knockdown that he had, but he took too much time. And Mark Smith, look, nice head kick for O'Malley, landed again. Nice head kick again landed for O'Malley. Almeida is just eating these head kicks. It is nuts. Nice jab for Almeida. Nice overhand right for Almeida. Those shots are getting through. 15 seconds left in this first round. What a great fight. Almeida rushes in, but O'Malley is able to get out of the way. O'Malley looking up at the clock. I believe O'Malley might be hurt. Wow. Wow, what a first round. Wow, Almeida's bleeding too. We're going to see in the replay if I can maybe possibly see something where maybe O'Malley slipped, maybe rolled an ankle or something, because it does not look like he is moving like he should be. It looked like he was a little bit ginger on that leg again. And in the replay, it's not showing anything. Maybe with that high kick. But my goodness, he should have followed up. They had the replay, and he had him stunned with a nasty head kick, followed up by a nasty overhand left. But he didn't follow up. And we are about to start round two. Round two, and they meet in the center of the octagon. And back to the feints for O'Malley. Nice jab for O'Malley, blocked by Almeida. What's up, everybody that's joined so far? If you want to go ahead and give the video a like and subscribe if you wish. Being patient here in this second round. O'Malley looking to counter off of Almeida's nice double jab for Sean O'Malley with a nice follow-up right. Nice body shot for Almeida, and O'Malley was able to back away. And Sean O'Malley with a nice leg kick. Sean O'Malley bringing out the leg kicks here. But Almeida and Sean O'Malley's hitting Almeida with nasty leg kicks. Like, those are hard. Nice kick batted away by Almeida. Spinning kick batted away. Spinning kick for O'Malley batted away by Almeida. And Sean O'Malley is trying to, and a nice kick for Almeida drops O'Malley onto the ground for a brief second, but O'Malley was able to jump up, right back up. Nice leg kick for Almeida. Now Almeida's bringing out these leg kicks. O'Malley needs to put it on. A nice left hand for O'Malley, was able to just barely get out of the way from a right hand coming in from Almeida. Nice 1-2 for O'Malley. Nice teep to the leg for O'Malley. Nice teep to the leg again for O'Malley, and had Almeida buckled, and he goes right back to the teep. Nice front leg side kick. He's trying to. Oh, Almeida is hurt. Almeida went for a leg kick, but his left leg. Oh man! And Sean O'Malley is just eating up Almeida with that front leg side kick right to the top of the knee. Oh, and a nice stiff jab for O'Malley, and O'Malley is winding up. Left head kick blocked by Almeida. Nice leg kick for Almeida. 2.5 minutes left of the second round. Teep kick up the middle for Sean O'Malley that lands. Another teep up the middle lands for O'Malley. And O'Malley heavy back on the feints, and Almeida with a spinning kick that misses. And O'Malley with a head kick that glances off the glove of Almeida. And O'Malley's already dropped Almeida once in this fight. That does not mean he can't do it again. But O'Malley is just currently piecing up Almeida. Almeida landed a nice right hand there. Front kick up the middle for O'Malley. Nice 1-2 for Almeida. 1.5 minutes left of this second round. Nice feints coming in for O'Malley. And O'Malley's gauging Almeida right now. Looks like he's trying to set up a spinning attack. High kick for Almeida, missing. Nice jab for O'Malley. O'Malley's heavy on these feints. He's trying to set Almeida up for something. Leg kick and misses for Almeida. Nice jab for O'Malley that gets through and has Almeida backing up against the cage. Right now, O'Malley has Almeida backed up against the cage, just unloading. Oh, and a nasty leg kick for Almeida. Front leg side kick again for O'Malley. He's tearing his leg up. 30 seconds left of this second round. Oh, and a kick and a looked like he was trying for a flying knee for O'Malley, and it misses, and it ended up O'Malley flat on his back, and a right hand got through for Almeida, and now they are playing the hand fighting game. O'Malley looking for an up kick and just kicking the front of the legs. And we are at the end of round 2. Wow. This is the most that I've seen Sugar Sean O'Malley fight. Normally he's getting his opponents out of there, but Almeida is not getting out of there. We are about to come up to round number 3. And it looks like according to the corner of O'Malley, he said Almeida is going to come out hard because he's down by 2. Whether or not that's true or not, I have O'Malley up by 2. So I would tend to agree with that. But we will have to see if it goes to the judges' scorecards, what the judges have to say. Third round, and here we go. A touch of the gloves. Front leg side kick for O'Malley again. And O'Malley back up with the feints again, heavy on the feints. Ooh, nice teep kick up the middle that had Almeida backed up for a moment. Nice leg kick misses for Almeida. Nice leg kick that lands for O'Malley, and that was a heavy leg kick that caused Almeida to switch stance. That leg kick hurt Almeida. He quickly switched stance, but he went right back to that. He went right back to the stance, but a couple more leg kicks on that leg, and it could be the end of that fight. Nice body kick for O'Malley. O'Malley's very great about sliding. Nice front leg side kick again for O'Malley. And he's got Almeida biting on all the leg kick feints now because he's tearing those legs up. Another leg kick for O'Malley. Ooh, and a nice right hand that gets through for O'Malley. Nice leg, another leg kick for O'Malley. O'Malley's really piecing up the legs of Almeida. And he's going to get Almeida worried about the legs, and he'll end up coming up on top and piecing Almeida up. 3.5 minutes left of the first round. Nice jab gets through the guard. Now another jab gets through the guard of Almeida. Leg kick barely misses for Almeida. Teep kick up the middle for Almeida, and a spinning body kick for Sean O'Malley, and a head kick and a 1-2 for O'Malley. My goodness, 1-2 for O'Malley. Another 1-2, and a left hook gets through for Almeida. Nice front kick to the body by O'Malley. Sean O'Malley being patient. Nice rush in with a right hook just barely missing for Almeida, and Sean O'Malley was able to get out of the way. Oh, nice knee to the body by O'Malley. And that leg is still tender for Almeida. 2.5 minutes left for O'Malley, and O'Malley needs to kick that leg more. I don't know if O'Malley's legs hurt, but Almeida is constant pressure, and a nice hook gets through for Almeida, and a leg kick for O'Malley with a jab on the end of it for O'Malley. Nice left hook for O'Malley. Nice double jab for O'Malley's getting through. O'Malley's found his range now. Front kick up the middle, missing for Almeida. And Almeida sliding in, but nothing coming from Almeida. Leg kick for Almeida that misses. And a 1-2 for O'Malley that lands. And Almeida is getting pieced up by O'Malley right now. Leg kick that misses for Almeida. And a clinch and O'Malley was able to slough off the clinch position in a front leg side kick again to the leg of Almeida, and a gross right hook for O'Malley. And a spinning kick for Almeida that missed, and he slips. O'Malley's piecing up Almeida, but Almeida is tough. Oh, and a left hook for Almeida that has Almeida hook bad. Oh, and a right hook that has Almeida out. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness, maybe the referee should have stopped it. Oh my goodness, another. Whoa. My goodness. Woo! O'Malley just dropped a bomb on Almeida. Spinning kick to the body. Oh my goodness. Where was the finish of the fight? Because the referee was in the way. And I knew it was a left hand that dropped Almeida. And O'Malley tried for another walk-off KO. But the referee didn't stop the fight. And O'Malley came in with a nasty overhand right that put Almeida out. Oh, yep. It was a straight left hand that put Almeida down. Oh! It was a straight left hand that put Almeida down. Almeida rolled over and the referee didn't stop the fight. So O'Malley came in with a dropping right hook right to the chin, and it put the lights out of Almeida. It's good to see that Almeida's standing up. My goodness. What a finish for the Sugar Show. Woo! 3 minutes, 52 seconds of round number 3. By knockout, Sugar Sean O'Malley. Man, what a tough guy what a tough guy Almeida was. O'Malley was piecing him up. My goodness. How's it going, everybody that's joined joined in the last few minutes? You want to go ahead and give the stream a like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. How's everybody's night going? We're here for UFC 260. And we have 2 fights left. And we just have the Sugar Show knocking out Thomas Almeida. He's talking about the 2 walk-offs. Joe Rogan saying, oh, let's talk about 2 of the walk-off KOs. O'Malley saying, Almeida is tough. He's a tough dude. He did not expect him to be that tough. He said he was looking for a sweet knockout. He said he only has 15 minutes to perform a couple times a year. And he said when he gets in there, he wants it to be nice and sweet. My goodness. That referee should have stopped the fight because that overhand right was just one too many. He didn't even respond to O'Malley walking up to him, and then he just dropped a big right bomb on him. Let's see who Sean O'Malley calls out, because I guarantee you he's going to have a call out. Oh, no call out. All he had to say was, I fucking love you, Joe Rogan. It looks like there's some celebrities in the building at the Apex. Machine Gun Kelly, Megan Fox. My goodness. All right. 2 fights left. We are down to the co-main and the main event. We have arrived. How's everybody doing? Who do we got? Woodley or Luque in the co-main event? Tyron Woodley, former welterweight champion. And he had 2 fights, one coming to a draw, and then one winning against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, defeating Robbie Lawler to win the title, a draw versus Wonderboy Thompson, a win over Wonderboy Thompson. A dominant win over Darren Till to keep his belt. And then, unfortunately, Woodley is coming off of a 3-fight losing streak where he has lost all rounds in all 3 fights. And let's see if he can get the job done against the number 10 ranked Vicente Luque. And this is a big fight for Tyron Woodley. Apparently, this is the last fight on his welterweight contract. And so, in his UFC, this is his last fight in his contract. So, with a win here, will he stay? With a lose, will he stay? We'll have to see. But this is a must win for Tyron Woodley. Him being dominated in the last 3 fights. Granted, they were against the likes of championship level caliber material, against the likes of the current champion, Kamaru Usman, against the likes of a number 1 contender, Gilbert Burns, and then also against the likes of Colby Covington. Now, those 3 are high-level MMA fighters. And with losses to them, that doesn't mean you should necessarily hold your head on it. But with that being said, those are still losses on your record. You need wins to be relevant in this game. And so if Tyron Woodley comes up short again tonight, we could potentially see the end of Woodley in the UFC. But we will have to see if old school Woodley comes out or if the silent assassin, Vicente Luque, comes in and takes out the former champ. Let's see what happens. How's everybody doing? All right. We are about to get going in this co-main event. Tyron Woodley being an explosive fighter. He can really put a stamp on himself with Vicente Luque, but Vicente Luque is so technical. Tyron Woodley needs to mix in his takedowns with his strikes to get the win over Vicente Luque. If you do just a straight up stand up fight with Vicente Luque, most likely will lose. Now, can Luque take out the former champ? We will have to see. Or is Tyron Woodley going to rebound off of his 3 losses? 3 dominating losses, mind you. We will have to see. And Vicente Luque is making his way to the inspection zone. Vicente Luque, with a record of 19-7 with 1 draw, he is a very, very nasty striker. He's great on the ground. And he has a very dangerous style. He's got a very hard chin. He's got very good endurance. He can surpass the 3-round, or he can surpass the distance if need be. And this is going to be a big test for Woodley. But this is kind of like a crossroads fight for Tyron Woodley. He really needs to have a win with this fight to really keep himself relevant in the division. Like with Vicente Luque being ranked number 10, he's taking on number 7th ranked former champion Tyron Woodley. Vicente Luque's got 11 finishes, 10 knockdowns, and he lands at 5.72 strikes per minute. And so he is a very, very high volume, high pressure striker. And in his corner, he has Gilbert Burns, who dominated Tyron Woodley for 5 rounds. And Woodley making his walk. Tyron Woodley being the former welterweight champion, 19-6 with 1 draw. Before his last 3 fights, he was 19-3, but like I said, the last 3 fights were losses for him. And so, like I said, with those being the likes of the top of the division, I don't know if you should hold your head to it, but he's fighting down the rankings now. So, with a loss here, that would drop him severely in the rankings. And he says that he wants to try to get back to his belt, but he needs a spectacular win to even thinking and consider about getting into the title picture again. And he's not going to just need this one win. He's going to need this win plus another one to get back to the title. Currently, Tyron Woodley's tied for the 3rd most title fight wins in UFC welterweight history, and he's got 4th highest takedown defense in UFC welterweight history at 87.5%. And he is currently the former UFC welterweight champion. And Tyron Woodley looks ready to go. Tyron Woodley looks better than I've seen him look in his last 3 fights so far, but the fight hasn't even started yet. The fight hasn't even started yet, but Tyron Woodley looks pretty good. We'll have to see once the fight starts what actually happens. The tale of tape. We got Woodley being 38, Vicente Luque only 29, 2-inch height advantage for Luque, and Woodley weighing in at a half pound more than Luque, and Luque with a 1.5-inch reach advantage. And for the introductions, Bruce Buffer. This is going to be the co-main event of the evening. Number 7 versus number 10. And this is another first for a while for Tyron Woodley. This is the first 3-round fight that he's had since before he got his title. Vicente Luque, 19 wins, 7 losses, and 1 draw, standing 5'11", 170.5 pounds. Fighting out of Brazil, the number 10 ranked welterweight contender in the world, Vicente, the silent assassin, Luque. And introducing, in the red corner, a freestyle fighter with 19 wins, 6 losses, and 1 draw. 5'9", with weighing in at 171 pounds. The former welterweight champion of the world and the number 7 ranked welterweight contender, Tyron, the chosen one, Woodley. All right, Tyron, we need to see a different version of you tonight, because the last 3 fights you got dominated, and so Woodley being this being his first 3-round fight in a long time, he has less time to work, and so he needs to come out like a bull. Very explosive. And round one, and Woodley comes out heavy with a hard overhand right, and he clinches up with Luque and has Luque pressed up against the fence with only 8 seconds in the very first round expired. And Woodley with heavy up. Now Woodley's got Luque pressed up against the fence, and Luque was able to turn and reverse position. Now he has Tyron up against the fence, and this is not a good position for Tyron. This is the same position Tyron got dominated in the last 3 fights, and Tyron Woodley needs to switch out of this position and get to a better dominant position. Woodley with one overhook and one underhook, and a nice shoulder strike for Luque, and Woodley adjusts head position. Nice knee to the body for Woodley. And a lot of fighters after the Conor McGregor shoulder strike escapades with Cowboy Cerrone, a lot of fighters are starting to use and utilize those shoulder strikes, especially up against the cage. Vicente Luque has Woodley pressed up against the side of the cage and just using shoulder strikes and knees to the thighs to control Woodley. But Woodley, he needs to explode right now and get out. He needs to explode right now and get out of the position. And now Tyron Woodley explodes and reverses position, and Vicente Luque was able to reverse position, and now they're back to the center of the octagon. And a bomb drop by Woodley. And a 1-2 for Woodley. Another 1-2 for Woodley, and Woodley shoots in, but Vicente Luque stuffs it. And a couple knees for Woodley. Nice knee for Luque. 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Both fighters in the clinch position right now. Woodley backing Luque up toward the fence, and Luque reversing position and having Woodley back now up against the fence. And they're exchanging knees. Exchanging knees to the body. Not nasty body shots for Luque, and this is very reminiscent of how Usman, but Woodley definitely throwing out more, putting out more output than in his last 3 fights. And now Woodley with the reverse position has Luque pressed up against the fence. But Woodley needs to get to work. With 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in this first round, Woodley needs to explode and get out, and he does. And a nice overhand right for Woodley, and he stung Luque. And a left hand and an uppercut for Woodley. And Woodley loading up heavy on these shots. Oh, and he hits Luque with another bomb. Oh, and Luque hits Woodley with an uppercut and a knee up the middle for Luque. Oh, and a left hook for Luque that has Woodley on wobbly legs. Overhand right for Woodley, or overhand right for Luque. Clinch position. Oh my God, Woodley's getting thrown around the freaking octagon. Overhand right for Woodley. Oh my God, this is crazy. They're dropping bombs. Left hook for Luque. Right overhand for Luque. Uppercut for Woodley. Oh my God, he hit him with a right hand and he dropped Woodley down to the floor and he's looking for his submission. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Luque's got him in. Uh-oh. Luque's got a darce. Luque's got a darce in. Woodley needs to get out of this position now. He needs to get it out of this position now because Luque's got a... Oh, he's got a nasty darce in. Nasty dark. And Woodley is tapping. Vicente Luque submits Tyron Woodley in the first round. What a crazy fight. Wow. Woo! What a crazy fight that was. As long as it lasted. Woo! My goodness, Vicente Luque is nasty. What is going on? Oh my goodness. So with the replay, Woodley rocked Luque with an overhand right, and then Luque hit Woodley right on the button and then just kept unloading. Holy smokes. Man, that was a crazy submission. That's the same nasty submission that Woodley landed on Till. My goodness. What a huge win for Vicente Luque, making a statement in the welterweight division. Wow, that was nuts. And Woodley's back up to his feet. Good to see. But that was a crazy submission. My goodness. What a nasty Darce choke for Luque. And we're going to get the decision here, but we already know the decision. 3 minutes, 56 seconds of round number 1. Due to a Darce choke, Vicente Luque. My goodness. My goodness. What a big win for Vicente Luque. And what a crazy main event. That fight was nuts. Holy smokes, that fight was nuts while it lasted. They were throwing bombs at each other. Holy smokes. Whoo! Man, Woodley was looking good too. Woodley was looking really, really good while it lasted. But Luque is just so damn technical. Oh my goodness. Oh. Luque is just so damn technical. That was crazy. That was crazy. Luque being so dang technical was able to, after being rocked hard by an overhand right from Woodley, was able to freaking land a nice overhand right of his own that hurt Woodley even more. And then he just had Woodley backed up against the fence and just unloading nasty bombs left and right. And then dropped Woodley and then locked up a nasty Darce choke. Oh my goodness. And Tyron Woodley fell right into the Darce choke. He was dropped and he had no idea what it was going on. And he literally, Vicente Luque, all he would have to do was just drop down, and Woodley essentially fell right into the Darce choke. And that was crazy. And Vicente Luque being ranked number 10, what is that going to do for the welterweight division? We will have to see. You know, with the welterweight division the way it is, Masvidal is going to be taking on Usman in the rematch for the belt coming up on April 24th. And so we will have to see what that does shaking up in the welterweight division. But we'll have to see who he takes on next. Maybe Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, but he actually already just fought him. So I don't even know who else he would fight. He's teammates with Gilbert Burns. So I don't see them fighting. Maybe Colby Covington. Maybe Leon Edwards. That would be a good fight. I think Luque versus Leon Edwards would be a great fight. And we are about to get to the main event. My goodness. So we have one fight left. The main event. The heavyweight championship of the world. Luque saying that Woodley has a submission by Darce choke, and he said that he wanted to potentially do the same. Luque saying he wants to punch everybody in the face. And Luque making a statement saying he wants Nate Diaz next. Now that would be an interesting fight in the welterweight division. Nate Diaz versus Vicente Luque, even though Nate Diaz hasn't even really been active in any division recently. That would be an interesting fight. Whew! And we are to the main event. The locker room shots are here. The champion warming up. The challenger warming up. And a couple stats, these guys have already fought 3.5 years ago. And the only person that Stipe Miocic has fought other than Francis Ngannou since they first met was Daniel Cormier. So they fought so back in 2018, Stipe and Francis fought for the first time. And it was very, very apparent what Francis's plan was. He was coming off of exactly the same situation that he's in now. He was coming off of nasty first round knockouts, nasty finishes, and it was apparent that he was the number one contender for the belt. And then he met Stipe Miocic, who was able to weather the initial onslaught of Francis Ngannou and quite frankly eat Francis Ngannou's nasty power, and was able to weather the storm, take that big old biscuit down, and can quite frankly beat the living crap out of Francis Ngannou for 5 rounds. At the end of the first round of their last fight, Francis Ngannou could barely get up off the ground. And then it was wash, rinse, repeat for the rest of the fight. In the last fight, Stipe Miocic's his prime go-to was that single leg. He was able to close that distance, snatch up the single, and take him down and do work. He had him kind of almost in like a mounted triangle position, raining down blows, hammer fists on back behind him onto Francis Ngannou. And Francis Ngannou, in his last 4 fights, he has taken everybody out in the last 4 of his fights in 71 seconds or less. His longest fight was with Junior Dos Santos in his last 4 fights was 1 minute and 11 seconds. He completely obliterated Jairzinho Rosenstrike in 20 seconds. And he knocked out Curtis Blades in 45 seconds. And then also Junior Dos Santos, and then he knocked out Cain Velasquez in the first round. And so the talk going into this fight is that Francis Ngannou is this better fighter since their first meeting. But but you haven't seen anything in the octagon that has shown that. Like I said, all his last 4 fights have ended in 71 seconds or less. He has just completely busted through them and just knocked their lights out. Also, there's a pretty heavy weight discrepancy in this fight. Stipe Miocic in the first fight was bigger and heavier than he is today. After their first fight, Stipe started taking better care of himself and eating right, training harder, and doing all of the stuff that he needs to do. And apparently the weight has just fallen off. But with that being said, the weight has dropped off. In his first fight with Daniel Cormier, he weighed in at 241 pounds. And then in the second fight with Daniel Cormier, he was 11 pounds lighter at 230 pounds. And then in between the second and the third fight with Daniel Cormier, he had only gained a pound on the scale during come weigh-in times. And so, but Francis Ngannou, the last fight, there was a post on Twitter that ESPN had, I believe ESPN had posted. They put a side-by-side picture of Francis Ngannou from their first fight to Francis Ngannou now. And he weighs the exact same at 263 pounds. But he is definitely in better shape. He's thinner, he's more fit, but can he go 25 minutes? Because it was very apparent in their first fight that he could barely go the first 5. He could barely get up off the ground after the first round. And so, will the champion do what he did in that first fight and dominate this guy? Or is Francis Ngannou going to knock Stipe's lights out? That really is what it comes down to. Is this going to end in knockout? Because it seems like that's Francis Ngannou's only way to win. Francis Ngannou, everybody's saying that he is this better fighter, that he is this more dynamic fighter, he's a better wrestler, but nobody's seen it because his last 4 fights has been 71 seconds or less. He's been going out there and knocking people's lights out. And so how can you say that he is this better mixed martial artist when there's no proof? There's literally no proof other than what is being said by his training partners and by his coaches. But that doesn't matter. What happens in the gym versus what happens in the fight is completely different. Francis Ngannou is on the same trajectory as he was going into the first title fight with Stipe Miocic. But obviously, it's very apparent that Francis Ngannou is in much better physical shape. He's leaner. Even though he weighs the same, he's leaner. It looks like he's more conditioned for potentially going longer or going 5 rounds. But what's going to happen if Stipe can't take him down? What's going to happen if Stipe can't take him down and can't knock out Francis Ngannou? It's going to be a long night for Francis. But Stipe's tough, man. He showed in his last fight. He literally beat the crap out of Francis Ngannou. And there was almost a 30-pound weight difference. Francis Ngannou has entered the cage, and they are in the small cage, and the champion is about to make his walk. And we are awaiting the champion of the world in the heavyweight division, Stipe Miocic. This is very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going, everybody that's joined recently? Thanks for the support. If you don't mind, give the stream a like and a subscribe. There'll be more content coming your way. We've got lots of great pay-per-views coming up in the near future. And the champion is making his way to the octagon. My goodness. This is nuts. The champion has made his way into the inspection zone. The current Cleveland firefighter, Stipe Miocic. He is widely regarded as to the greatest heavyweight of all time, with the resume to prove it. He has knocked out Fabricio Verdum, Mark Hunt, Alistair Overeem, DC. He beat DC twice. And he also beat Francis Ngannou already once. Currently, he's the UFC heavyweight champion. He's tied for the most title fights in UFC history with 9. Stipe Miocic looks ready to go, but will he be able to take on the initial onslaught of the Predator, the power puncher, Francis Ngannou? My goodness, my heart is racing right here. This is a crazy. It's always crazy when heavyweights get into the octagon because the heavyweight fights can end just like that. One shot can end the night. One shot can end the nights in pretty much any weight class. But the heavyweight division is a different kind of. It's like a nail-biting situation. Stipe Miocic, 38 years old. Francis Ngannou, 34. They're both 6'4" tall. 29-pound weight advantage for Francis Ngannou, and a 3-inch reach advantage for Ngannou. We are about to see if Ngannou has made these improvements or if he's going to go out and blitz Stipe like he has in his last. We're going to have to see if Francis Ngannou is going to take out Stipe or if Stipe is going to use his championship mentality and take out the knockout artist Francis Ngannou. My goodness. What a nail biter this is. And we are to the introductions, and Francis Ngannou looks ready to go. Looks like he is taking in the moment. What Francis Ngannou needs to be very, very careful as well here too, because is he going to look across the octagon and see the guy that dominated him for 5 rounds in their last outing? Is he going to see the guy, and is he going to revert to the end of the 5th round in their last fight, exhausted when that bell starts? Because Ngannou needs to be patient. He needs to manage himself if he wants to win. If Francis Ngannou wins, he'll be only the 3rd African-born UFC champion. Sorry, he'll be only the 3rd African UFC champion in UFC history. And now introducing out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist with 15 wins, 3 losses, standing 6'4", weighing in at 263 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, out of Paris, France. Presenting the #1 ranked heavyweight contender in the world, the challenger, Francis the Predator Ngannou. And now we will go introduce the champion. Fighting out of the red corner with 20 wins and 3 losses, standing 6'4" tall, weighing in at 234 pounds, fighting out of Independence, Ohio, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Stipe Miocic. Whew! My goodness. This is going to be nuts. We are back. We are upon the rematch. Woo! These first 2 minutes is going to be very interesting. And we have the legendary Herb Dean in there as the referee. The heavyweight title is on the line. Who is the baddest man on the planet? Let's go. Round number 1. They meet in the center of the octagon, and very slow as they manage each other out, what is going to happen? And Stipe needs to be careful. Leg kick for Ngannou. You do not want to get hit by Ngannou. It hurts, I'm sure. Ngannou just kind of pacing. Ngannou patiently walking Stipe down. Ngannou being, ooh, nice body shot for Ngannou that just glances. And Stipe doing good at getting out of the way. Leg kick for Ngannou that lands on the thigh of the champion. Ngannou is so fast. Ngannou with a leg kick that misses. Stipe with a nice inside leg kick. Nice body shot for Ngannou. And in this smaller octagon, these guys look huge. Oh, and an overhand right for Ngannou. But Stipe took it like a champ. Francis landed hard with an overhand right, a double jab, and then followed up with an overhand right. Ngannou needs to be careful. He's doing great at being patient. Nice leg kick for Ngannou. Nice leg kick for the champ, Stipe. Oh, going back to the single leg, and Stipe gets a single leg, but Francis is doing a great job at stuffing it. Oh, and Francis with a sprawl, and he transitions around, and now Francis has the back of Stipe, and Francis with a takedown, and Francis is ground and pounding Stipe. Francis has the back of Stipe, and he's ground and pounding, and Stipe stands up. Stipe with an underhook. My goodness, Stipe is tough. Stipe was able to grab underhooks and break away. But Stipe needs to be very patient. That was crazy. That's a big thing for Stipe. That was a big thing for Francis Ngannou, stepping the takedown of Stipe. But it was crazy. It was very great of Stipe to be able to get the onslaught. Heavy head kick for Ngannou. Oh my goodness. And And for some reason, it stopped. The video's just frozen right now. Let me refresh here. Let me back out of the app here quickly and error retrieving content here. My app just closed out. One second, let me try to log back in here. This is strange, of course, right in the middle of the heavyweight fight. Apologize about the delay, guys. Having some issues here with my app. Give me 1 second while I try to get logged back in here.